The Facts of Life, 1979 to 1988, remains one of television's most beloved sitcoms, capturing the laughter, struggles, and lessons of growing up at Eastland School. More than 4 decades later, fans still wonder, what happened to the cast who brought these iconic characters to life? Some went on to enjoy long and successful careers, others stepped away from the spotlight, and a few have sadly passed away. Join us as we take a heartfelt look back at the stars of The Facts of Life, then and now, and see how time has shaped their lives, careers, and legacies. Lisa Whelchel portrayed Blair Warner in The Facts of Life, 1979 to 1988, starting the role at just 16 years old. Blair was the glamorous, wealthy, and sometimes vain Eastland school student whose sharp wit and spoiled demeanor often clashed with her peers. Yet beneath her privileged exterior, Blair grew into a loyal and compassionate friend, providing some of the show's most heartfelt moments. Lisa's portrayal made Blair one of television's most iconic rich girl characters of the 1980s. In real life, Lisa Whelchel was born on May 29, 1963 in Littlefield, Texas. After The Facts of Life, she became an author, Christian speaker, and even a Grammy-nominated singer for her Christian music album, All Because of You. She also gained new popularity as a contestant on Survivor Philippines, 2012, where she finished in second place and won the $100,000 Fan Favorite Award. Today, Lisa continues to work in entertainment and ministry, remembered fondly for bringing Blair Warner's charm and complexity to life. As of 2025, she is 62 years old. Kim Fields brought energy and warmth to the role of Dorothy Tootie Ramsey in The Facts of Life, 1979 to 1988, beginning when she was just 10 years old. Tootie, the youngest of the Eastland girls, was bubbly, curious, and often known for her wide-eyed innocence and comical misunderstandings. With her signature roller skates and endearing catchphrases, she became a fan favorite and provided comic relief as well as genuine heart to the series. Coming from a family of performers, her mother is actress and director Chip Fields, Kim built a long-lasting career in television. After The Facts of Life, she starred as Regine Hunter in the hit 1990s sitcom Living Single, cementing her place in TV history. She also directed numerous episodes of popular shows, including Kenan and Kel and Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns. In later years, she joined The Real Housewives of Atlanta, 2015 to 2016, and competed on Dancing with the Stars. Fields continues to act and direct with a career spanning over 4 decades. She was born on May 12, 1969, and is 56 years old in 2025. Mindy Cohn portrayed Natalie Green in The Facts of Life, 1979 to 1988, starting at age 13. Natalie was known for her sharp humor, down-to-earth personality, and her iconic laugh. She stood out as a character who defied stereotypes, confident, witty, and unafraid to challenge the norms around beauty and popularity. Over the years, Natalie matured from a playful, joke-cracking teen into a thoughtful young woman, making her one of the show's most relatable figures. Discovered by Charlotte Rae and the show's producers during a school visit, Mindy was cast despite no prior acting experience and soon became beloved by fans. Beyond The Facts of Life, she achieved great success as a voice actress, most famously as Velma Dinkley in numerous Scooby-Doo series and films from 2002 to 2015. She has also appeared in independent films and guest roles on television. Off-screen, she has been open about her battle with breast cancer, which she overcame with resilience. Today, Cohn remains a respected actress and advocate. She was born on May 20th, 1966, making her 59 years old in 2025. Cloris Leachman portrayed Beverly Ann Stickle in The Facts of Life, 1986, when she was 60 years old. Beverly Ann, Mrs. Garrett's sister, stepped in after Edna's departure to care for the girls, bringing a quirky but loving presence to the household. Unlike her sister, Beverly Ann was less conventional, sometimes scatterbrained, sometimes bold, but she provided humor, wisdom, and heart in her own way, guiding Blair, Joe, Natalie, and Tootie into adulthood. Her arrival refreshed the show's later years, and her eccentric personality left a lasting mark on the series. In real life, Cloris Leachman was already an acclaimed actress with a career that spanned stage, film, and television. She won an Academy Award for her unforgettable role in The Last Picture Show, 1971, and became one of the most decorated actresses in Emmy history with 8 wins for shows including The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Malcolm in the Middle. Fearless in comedy and drama, she took on roles ranging from Mel Brooks films to animated voice work. Cloris Leachman passed away on January 27, 2021 in Encinitas, California from natural causes. Born April 30, 1926, she was 94 years old at the time of her death. Charlotte Rae portrayed Edna Garrett in The Facts of Life, 1979, when she was 53 years old. Mrs. Garrett was the wise, nurturing housemother who guided the Eastland girls with patience, humor, and compassion, becoming a maternal figure for both the characters and the audience. She often delivered gentle life lessons and helped the girls through their most difficult challenges, making her one of the most beloved figures in American sitcom history. In real life, Charlotte Rae was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and had a career spanning stage, television, and film, appearing in Car 54 Where Are You?, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, and many Broadway productions. She also voiced characters in animation and published her memoir, The Facts of My Life, in 2015, sharing personal stories of resilience. Charlotte Rae passed away on August 5, 2018 in Los Angeles due to bone cancer. Born April 22, 1926, she was 92 years old at the time of her death. Mackenzie Astin portrayed Andy Moffat in The Facts of Life, 1985, when he was 12 years old. Andy was a foster child who worked at Edna's Edibles, bringing youthful charm, energy, and humor to the later seasons of the show. His character added a fresh perspective to the group dynamic, blending innocence with determination, and gave the series a lighter, more playful element. In real life, Mackenzie Astin was born in Los Angeles, the son of actors Patty Duke and John Astin, and the younger brother of Sean Astin. After his time on The Facts of Life, he continued acting in both film and television, with credits including Iron Will, 1994, Wyatt Earp, 1994, and recurring roles in Homeland and The Magicians. Known for his versatility and longevity, he has balanced mainstream and independent projects across decades. Born May 12, 1973, he is 52 years old in 2025. Nancy McKeon portrayed Joe Polniacek in The Facts of Life, 1980, when she was 14 years old. Joe was a street-smart, tough-talking tomboy from the Bronx, whose leather jacket, sharp wit, and defiant attitude often clashed with Blair Warner, creating one of the most iconic rivalries in 1980s television. Over time, Joe revealed a softer side, proving to be both loyal and vulnerable, and her growth made her one of the most relatable characters on the show. In real life, Nancy McKeon was born in Westbury, New York, and began her career as a child model and commercial actress before being cast in the series. After The Facts of Life, she appeared in many television movies and starred in the Lifetime drama The Division, 2001 to 2004. She also made guest appearances on various shows and competed on Dancing with the Stars in 2018. Though she has lived a quieter life in recent years, she remains admired for her strong and authentic performances. Born April 4, 1966, she is 59 years old in 2025.
Pamela Adlon portrayed Kelly Affinado in The Facts of Life, 1983, when she was 17 years old. Kelly was a rebellious and streetwise character who briefly joined the Eastland Circle, adding a dose of toughness and sarcasm that contrasted with the core group's personalities. Though her role was not long-lasting, she stood out for her sharp delivery and spirited presence. In real life, Pamela Adlon was born in New York City, and has built a remarkable career as both an actress and voice artist. She became especially famous for voicing Bobby Hill in King of the Hill, 1997 to 2010, a role that earned her an Emmy Award. She also starred in and created the acclaimed FX series Better Things, 2016 to 2022, which showcased her writing, directing, and acting talents. Adlon has also appeared in numerous live-action roles, including Californication, Louie, and various independent films. Born July 9, 1966, she is 59 years old in 2025. Julie Piekarski portrayed Sue Ann Weaver in The Facts of Life, 1979, when she was 16 years old. Sue Ann was the sweet and wholesome Midwestern girl, known for her bright smile and optimistic personality. She often represented the girl-next-door archetype, contrasting with Blair's vanity or Joe's toughness, and she brought a light-hearted innocence to the Eastland group. Although her role was reduced after the first season, Sue Ann's cheerful spirit helped establish the show's tone, and she remains remembered as one of the original Eastland girls. In real life, Julie Piekarski was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and launched her career as a Mouseketeer on the new Mickey Mouse Club before joining the cast of The Facts of Life. She later made guest appearances on popular television programs such as Diff'rent Strokes, Three's Company, and Quincy M.E., but gradually transitioned away from acting to focus on family and a quieter life outside Hollywood. Though she stepped away from the spotlight, her early performances gave her a permanent place in the hearts of fans who grew up watching her. Born January 2, 1963, she is 62 years old in 2025. Molly Ringwald portrayed Molly Parker in The Facts of Life, 1979, when she was 11 years old. Molly was one of the original Eastland students, a bright and socially conscious young girl who often expressed progressive views and a strong sense of individuality. Although her role was phased out after the first season when the cast was reduced, she left an impression as part of the show's earliest ensemble. In real life, Molly Ringwald was born in Roseville, California, and went on to become one of the defining actresses of the 1980s, starring in John Hughes classics such as 16 Candles, 1984, The Breakfast Club, 1985, and Pretty in Pink, 1986. Beyond teen stardom, she expanded into stage, jazz music, and television, including roles in Riverdale and The Secret Life of the American Teenager. Known for her intelligence and versatility, she remains an influential figure in both film and culture. Born February 18, 1968, she is 57 years old in 2025. George Clooney portrayed George Burnett in The Facts of Life, 1985, when he was 24 years old. George was a handsome, easygoing handyman who worked at Edna's Edibles, bringing both humor and charm to the group. Though not one of the central characters, his presence livened up the later seasons, and fans got an early glimpse of the charisma that would later make him one of the most recognizable actors in the world. Clooney's time on the show was short, but it became a stepping stone toward greater opportunities. In real life, George Clooney was born in Lexington, Kentucky, and after small roles in the 1980s, he rose to fame as Dr. Doug Ross on ER, 1994 to 1999. From there, he became a global star, headlining blockbusters like Ocean's 11, 2001, Syriana, 2005, Michael Clayton, 2007, and Gravity, 2013. As a director and producer, he won Academy Awards for Syriana and Argo, while also earning acclaim for his humanitarian and political activism. Beyond Hollywood, Clooney is admired for using his fame to raise awareness for international crises and social causes. Born May 6, 1961, he is 64 years old in 2025.
Scott Bryce portrayed Rick Bonner in The Facts of Life, 1988, when he was 30 years old. Rick was a musician with a free-spirited nature who entered Joe Polniaczek's life as her boyfriend, eventually becoming her husband in the final season of the show. His character provided one of the most significant late series storylines, as Joe's marriage symbolized growth, independence, and the transition into adulthood. Rick's passion for music and his genuine love for Joe added depth and warmth to the show's concluding years. In real life, Scott Bryce was born in New York City and built a distinguished career in television, most famously for his long-running portrayal of Craig Montgomery on As the World Turns, a role that earned him multiple Emmy nominations and established him as a daytime television star. He also appeared in primetime series such as Murphy Brown, ER, Law and Order, and The Good Wife, displaying range across comedy and drama. Beyond acting, Bryce has also been a teacher and mentor in acting programs, sharing his experience with younger performers. With a career spanning soap operas, stage work, and guest television roles, he remains respected for his dedication to the craft. Born January 6, 1958, he is 67 years old in 2025. Alex Rocco portrayed Charlie Polniacek in The Facts of Life, 1981, when he was 45 years old. Charlie was Joe's often absent father, a charismatic but flawed man whose appearances revealed the complicated family life behind Joe's tough exterior. His character added depth to Joe's backstory, showing the struggles of loyalty, forgiveness, and family bonds. In real life, Alex Rocco was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and became a prolific character actor known for his tough guy roles. He achieved fame as Moe Greene in The Godfather, 1972, and appeared in dozens of films and television shows, including The Friends of Eddie Coyle, Get Shorty, and The Simpsons, as the voice of Roger Myers Jr. With his distinctive gravelly voice and commanding screen presence, he worked steadily for decades. Alex Rocco passed away on July 18, 2015 in Studio City, California, due to complications from pancreatic cancer. Born February 29, 1936, he was 79 years old at the time of his death. Jami Gertz portrayed Boots St. Clair in The Facts of Life, 1983, when she was 18 years old. Boots was one of the glamorous and wealthy Eastland girls, written as Blair Warner's social rival, who mirrored Blair's own vanity, sense of entitlement, and flair for drama. Their playful competition added an extra spark to the ensemble, highlighting themes of status, popularity, and privilege within the sheltered world of Eastland Academy. Although Gertz's appearances were brief, she left a strong impression with her charm and comedic timing. In real life, Jami Gertz was born in Chicago, Illinois, and began acting as a teenager before breaking into Hollywood during the 1980s. She soon became one of the defining faces of the era, starring in popular films such as 16 Candles, 1984, The Lost Boys, 1987, and Less Than Zero, 1987. She later found success on television with leading roles in sitcoms like Still Standing and The Neighbors. Beyond her acting, Gertz and her husband Tony Ressler are known for their philanthropy, particularly in health, education, and the arts. And they are also part owners of the NBA's Atlanta Hawks. Born October 28, 1965, she is 59 years old in 2025. Orson Bean portrayed Oliver Thompson in The Facts of Life, 1986, when he was 58 years old. Oliver was a gentle and friendly shopkeeper who became part of the girls' world during the show's later seasons, offering humor, advice, and a comforting adult presence after Mrs. Garrett's departure. His character, though recurring, contributed to the cozy and familial tone of the series. In real life, Orson Bean was a veteran performer whose career spanned more than 6 decades across stage, screen, and television. Born in Burlington, Vermont, he rose to fame as a witty raconteur and frequent television guest during the 1950s and 1960s, appearing on The Tonight Show and panel shows while also maintaining a strong Broadway career. Bean was also active in film, with roles in Being John Malkovich, 1999, and Anatomy of a Murder, 1959, and he charmed audiences with memorable appearances in Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and Desperate Housewives. Known for his humor and storytelling, he worked well into his later years. Tragically, on February 7, 2020, He was struck by two cars while crossing the street in Los Angeles, an accident that claimed his life. Born July 22, 1928, he was 91 years old at the time of his death. Ian Wolfe portrayed Mr. Bigley in The Facts of Life, 1983, when he was 87 years old. Mr. Bigley was depicted as a kindly and elderly figure whose wisdom and gentle demeanor gave an added layer of charm to the Eastland community. Though his role was small, Wolfe's screen presence reflected his long Hollywood career of playing professors, doctors, judges, and eccentric old men. In real life, Ian Wolfe was one of the most enduring character actors in film history, with a career spanning from the 1930s into the late 1980s. He appeared in classics such as Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House, 1948, Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, and Star Trek: The Original Series, where he was remembered for his unique mix of gravitas and humor. Despite often being cast as frail or elderly characters, Wolfe remained active into his 90s. He passed away on January 23, 1992, in Los Angeles from natural causes. Born November 4, 1896, he was 95 years old at the time of his death. Hugh Gillen portrayed Howard in The Facts of Life, 1980, when he was 55 years old. Howard was a recurring character who brought a touch of small-town humor and warmth into the lives of the Eastland girls, often depicted as a genial figure who interacted with Mrs. Garrett and the students. Though not a central role, Howard's presence enriched the ensemble by grounding the show with a sense of community. In real life, Hugh Gillen was born in Galesburg, Illinois, and became a dependable character actor throughout the 1970s and 1980s. He appeared in numerous television series, including Magnum, P.I., Quincy M.E., and Knots Landing. Film audiences may remember him best for his role as Sheriff John Hunt in Psycho 2, 1983, and Psycho 3, 1986, where his mixture of humor and authority made him memorable. Gillen's career was defined by steady supporting parts that showcased his natural likability. He passed away on May 4, 2004, in San Diego, California, due to natural causes. Born July 14, 1925, he was 78 years old at the time of his death. Nicholas Coster portrayed David Warner in The Facts of Life, 1982, when he was 49 years old. David Warner was Blair Warner's father, a sophisticated and successful man whose appearances added depth to Blair's privileged background, highlighting her complex relationship with wealth, family, and identity. His presence allowed the writers to explore Blair's vulnerability beneath her confident exterior. In real life, Nicholas Coster was born in London, England, and went on to have a remarkable career spanning 7 decades. He was a prolific soap opera actor, appearing in Santa Barbara, All My Children, and Another World, where he earned acclaim for his layered portrayals of charming yet flawed men. Beyond soaps, he acted in primetime series and films, including All the President's Men, 1976, and The Electric Horseman, 1979. Known for his versatility and commanding screen presence, Coster remained active well into his later years. He died on June 26, 2023 in Florida, due to complications from myelodysplastic syndrome, a rare blood disorder. Born December 3, 1933, he was 89 years old at the time of his death. Richard Mall portrayed himself in The Facts of Life, 1987, when he was 44 years old, appearing as a guest star whose towering presence and comedic charisma made him a memorable addition. Although his role was brief, audiences instantly recognized his booming voice and imposing stature, traits that made him one of television's most distinctive personalities of the era. In real life, Richard Mall was born in Pasadena, California, and became famous for his iconic role as bailiff Aristotle Nostradamus Bull Shannon on the hit sitcom Night Court, 1984 to 1992. His mixture of physical comedy and childlike innocence made Bull a beloved television figure. Mall also worked extensively as a voice actor, lending his deep baritone to animated series such as Batman, the animated series, and Spider-Man, the animated series. He appeared in films including House, 1985, Scary Movie 2, 2001, and many television guest spots. Richard Mall passed away on October 26th, 2023 in Big Bear Lake, California, though no specific cause was publicly disclosed. Born January 13, 1943, he was 80 years old at the time of his death.
Lois Nettleton portrayed Beverly Ann's sister Noreen Stickle in The Facts of Life, 1986, when she was 59 years old. Noreen was introduced during the later years of the series, adding comedic sibling tension to Cloris Leachman's Beverly Ann and highlighting family relationships beyond the girls of Eastland. Nettleton brought warmth and a sharp comedic touch to the part, which reflected her versatility as an actress. In real life, Lois Nettleton was born in Oak Park, Illinois, and enjoyed a distinguished career across television, stage, and film. She won acclaim for guest roles in anthology series like The Twilight Zone and appeared in the Heat of the Night, Crossing Jordan, and soap operas, including Guiding Light. On Broadway, she received recognition for her stage work and was twice nominated for Tony Awards. She was admired for her ability to bring depth to supporting characters. Lois Nettleton died on January 18, 2008, in Woodland Hills, California, from lung cancer. Born August 16, 1927, she was 80 years old at the time of her death. Gary Coleman portrayed Arnold Jackson in The Facts of Life, 1979, when he was 11 years old. Arnold was originally the breakout character of Diff'rent Strokes, and his crossover appearances in The Facts of Life helped connect the spin-off to its parent show. Famous for his catchphrase, "What you talking about, Willis?" Arnold was cheeky, mischievous, and endlessly lovable, bringing humor and a sense of childlike wonder to the sitcom universe. In real life, Gary Coleman was born in Zion, Illinois, and became one of television's most recognizable child stars of the late 1970s and 1980s. Despite his fame, he faced significant personal and financial struggles as an adult, including battles over mismanagement of his earnings and health challenges caused by a congenital kidney condition that stunted his growth. Coleman continued to act in television, film, and voice work, but never fully recaptured his early stardom. He died on May 28, 2010, in Provo, Utah, from an epidural hematoma after a fall. Born February 8, 1968, he was 42 years old at the time of his death. Kathleen Freeman portrayed Noreen Grisby in The Facts of Life, 1988, when she was 65 years old. Noreen was a quirky, comedic character whose lively energy enlivened the show's final season, offering eccentric charm and broad humor in contrast to the younger cast. Freeman's strong comedic instincts made even small roles unforgettable. In real life, Kathleen Freeman was born in Chicago, Illinois, and built a prolific career as a character actress in film and television. She was especially known for her roles in Jerry Lewis comedies of the 1950s and 1960s, where her sharp timing made her a frequent scene stealer. Freeman also appeared in The Blues Brothers, 1980, Gremlins 2, The New Batch, 1990, and voiced characters in animated series such as Shrek, 2001. She remained active on stage as well, even earning a Tony nomination for her performance in The Full Monty. Freeman passed away on August 23, 2001 in New York City from lung cancer. Born February 17, 1923, she was 78 years old at the time of her death. Who is your favorite character from Facts of Life 1979? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.